Have you ever noticed when people say, "Oh, you're so nice," like it's a compliment? But over time, it starts to feel like a warning label. Because when you're known as the nice girl, people expect you to always be available and agreeable and easygoing, even when you're uncomfortable. The one who listens and always forgives and just has to say yes without even thinking about saying no. And at first it feels good. Like you feel needed, valued, and important until it starts to hurt you. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it sounds familiar to me too because I know that girl. Because I was that girl. For the majority of my life, I was that girl. Smiley, dependable, understanding one. Always trying to make sure everyone around me was comfortable, even if I wasn't. I personally thought being nice meant I was lovable and I was good. But what I didn't realize, and what I know now, is that being nice comes with a cost. And that cost is you. Hi, I'm Imani or Yani or whatever you want to call me. And welcome. Welcome. If you're new here, get comfortable because you're going to love it here. Trust me. And if you're returning, hello, my favorite humans. I hope you are doing amazing. You know the deal. Today, I want to talk about the nice girl trap and how you can get out of it. Anyway, this intro is getting a bit too long. Let's just get right into the video. I'm breaking out. Oh my God. Okay, let's talk about how it starts with conditioning. It usually starts early before you even know you're doing it. Maybe you're the oldest, like me. You're your parents' helper. You're the one your parents can depend on. You learn that your role in the family is to make life easier for everyone. For me, it started when I was younger. Since I was the oldest, my mom expected certain things from me. She expected my grades to be perfect, which they weren't. She expected me to have a certain behavior and she expected me to carry myself in a certain way. Because I'm the one who looks the most like my mom, it's kind of like I was her protege. And when I didn't meet her expectations, I stopped being the good daughter. And once that title disappears, you start working twice as hard to get it back. You become the peacemaker or the overachiever, the one who never causes trouble. And that energy follows you everywhere. It follows you to school, work, relationships, friendships. It follows you your whole life. You become the person who steps up, even when you're tired. The one who takes accountability, even if it's not your fault. The one who tries to fix everything, even when nothing is broken. And you think you're doing it out of kindness, but in actuality, you're doing this out of fear. Fear of rejection, fear of disappointment, and fear that if you stop being a good, nice person, you'll stop receiving the love that you deserve. People will stop loving you. That's what you think, right? And that's where the pattern starts. That consistent need to prove that you're a good person, that's where the nice girl is born. Now let's talk about when the niceness becomes self-abandonment. And here's the thing, right? Being nice isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But being nice at the expense of yourself, that's when it becomes toxic. Because when you're always available, people stop asking you, are you free? When you're always forgiving, people stop saying sorry and stop feeling apologetic towards you. And when you're always saying yes, they don't hear no. Niceness becomes a habit, like any other habit that you create, whether it's a good habit or a toxic habit. Niceness is a habit. You say it's okay when it's not. You shrink your needs to make others feel comfortable or to make space for everyone else around you. You laugh things off that actually hurt your feelings. You start performing calm when you're actually angry, patient when you're burnt out. I can't even count how many times I stay quiet just to keep peace. How many times I told myself, Don't make a big deal out of it, Imani. Don't make a big deal out of it. It's okay. It's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. But over time, the silence builds up and you start to lose your voice without you even realizing it. And the irony, the more you try to be nice, the more you feel disconnected from yourself. And you start to wonder things like, do people actually like me, or do they like what I do for them? Do people actually care about me, or do they only care about the things I do for them? Do they like me, or do they like the version of me who never complains? And those questions, they hurt. You can't lie. I can't lie. Any person who has been the nice girl can't lie. It hurts because you start to realize that being the nice girl, it isn't about kindness. It's about control. It's about the control of how people see you so you won't face rejection. The moment that changed everything for me, it wasn't a huge moment where I was just hit with the worst circumstances from being a nice girl. It was something subtle, something small that made me actually think. One day I was cooking. I was cooking smash burgers, to be exact. They were so good. They were so good. Anyway, smash burgers are delicious. When I was a vegan, I was missing out. Tangent. I'm getting off subject again. Anyway, I was cooking smash burgers and out of nowhere, I was hit with this wave of sadness. And I didn't know why. But then I thought about it and I was brought back into the past because I used to make smash burgers for someone I used to care deeply about. And I realized I felt sad because I wanted that person's validation. I literally, at the moment, wanted to wrap up a freaking smash burger and take it to them. And then I just realized, like, it wasn't about the food. It wasn't even about the day that I made the food for that person. It was the realization that I was craving validation. Again, I wanted someone to say to me, "You're amazing. I miss you. I'm so proud of you. Oh, your cooking is amazing." And when I didn't get that, I felt empty. And when I realized that, I felt like this goes deeper than I thought it did. That was my wake-up call. I realized that I was depending on others to give me what I wasn't giving myself. So I hit up my therapist Ash, and we went into the history, the details, everything. And Ash asked me 5 questions. And those 5 questions I still use. I still use those questions to this day.
To this day! To this day!
I use them whenever I feel like I'm slipping back into my old nice girl pattern. And these questions literally help me set boundaries for myself. And they help me stop self-sabotaging. Especially when I realize that I'm chasing validation. Now let's get into what those 5 questions are. The 5 self-boundary questions. The first question is, what am I feeling? What am I feeling in this current moment? When you're starting to feel that ache for validation or for praise, pause, name it. Am I feeling lonely? Am I feeling anxious? Am I just bored? Because you can't meet a need that you don't understand. Sometimes I realize I'm not missing the person. I'm just missing the experience that we had, or the excitement, or even the escape, the rest. That's what I'm missing. I'm not missing the person. The second question, what do I need right now? And this question is so powerful because it shifts everything from reaction to reflection. Instead of you reacting impulsively to that feeling, you have to sit with yourself and actually reflect on it. Do I need a nap? Do I need to journal this out? Or do I just need to put my phone down? Because half the time you're not craving attention or validation or praise. You're craving stillness, if that makes sense. The third question is, what am I trying to get from others that I can give to myself? This one hit me the hardest. Because in my early 20s, late teens, when I constantly went back to our messages to see if someone replied to me, or I was waiting for someone to notice me, or I just wanted someone to just validate my existence, I realized that what I really was asking for was reassurance that I matter. But what if you can give that to yourself? What if I can give that to myself? What if you can give it to yourself first before wanting to seek it from someone else? Think of it like this. What if instead of begging for attention from someone, I poured that energy back into things that actually fill me up? Like, for me, for example, creating or reading or walking is a form of self-respect. The fourth question is this action or response in line with my values? Is it? Because if it's not aligned, it's not worth it. Because being nice for the sake of approval, it always leads to resentment. But being kind, that equals integrity. And the more you live in alignment, the less you feel like you have to perform for anyone. Not even for yourself. You can be authentically you because you're in line with your values. No one else's, just yours. And the fifth and final question. Why did I do that? What boundaries can I set for myself in this moment? Self-boundaries are where it's at, because people are always talking about setting boundaries with others. But do people actually set boundaries with themselves? Maybe that means not checking your phone every few minutes, or scrolling on social medias, or stalking someone's Instagram or Twitter or X or TikTok page. Maybe it's saying, I can't and I won't talk about this right now. We can talk later. Because it means ending a conversation in the moment that doesn't sit right in your spirit. And these 5 questions are small but mighty. Because they're not about controlling others or the way others see you. They're about controlling you. They're about controlling yourself, your actions, the way you respond to things. What it feels like to build self-boundaries. Boundaries feel weird at first, and I'm speaking from experience, especially when you spent your entire life over-explaining or over accommodating. Because at first it feels rude and you're just like, oh, I'm sorry. Especially coming from an ex-sorryaholic. You just want to apologize for setting boundaries, but you don't do it. Because it just feels like you're doing something wrong when you're not. But over time you realize that guilt, it slowly but surely turns into peace. It turns into peace, baby. Peace. Because for one, you realize, hey, maybe I'm not responsible for everyone's comfort. I'm just responsible for my own. When I started setting boundaries and I started saying no, I felt so guilty at first. I felt so bad. Like, I wanted to turn around and say, okay, I'm sorry. I'll do it. I'm sorry. I'd overthink it for days. But eventually I started to notice something. Every time I honored my own boundaries, I felt taller. And I know that sounds weird. But I did. I felt taller. Like, literally taller in height. I'm 5'2". I'm a tiny little human. 5'2 3/4 to be exact. But the moment I say no and I mean it and I put my chest into it, I feel like I'm towering. I feel like I'm 6 feet tall. I feel like I'm LeBron James in this piece. But in all seriousness, I feel like I'm standing on business. I feel like, and this isn't making me feel comfortable, and you don't like it, and that's what self-respect does for you. It adds inches that you can't measure. So watch, once you start putting all of this into practice, you're going to start feeling tall too. Even if you're already tall, you're going to feel like a freaking giant, a titan. I'm the female titan, I'm stepping on bitches. Now let's get into going from nice to kind. Because there's a difference. So here's the shift I made. I stopped trying to be nice and I chose kindness. Nice, that's performative. Being nice is performative. It's about what people think of you. Being kind is intentional. It's about what you think of yourself. And no one else's opinion matters. Because kindness is about what you think of you, while you're still showing empathy to other people, but keeping yourself in mind. Because when you're kind, you can still be loving and caring, compassionate, but with boundaries. You don't need to explain the reason you said no. You don't need to shrink your joy for others to feel comfortable. And you don't need to prove your worth by overgiving and oversharing and overextending yourself. Being kind includes you. Being nice doesn't. And that's what people don't tell you. The real kindness starts at home with you. And when I say home, I mean in your body, in your self, in your being. And here is for the girls who are still trying to be nice. It's okay. It's okay. I got you. If you're watching this and you're realizing, oh, that's me. I want you to know that you're not broken for being that way. Not at all. Trust me, you're not. You're just the person who learned early on in their life that, why did I say life like that? You're just the person who learned early on in life that love needs to be earned, which isn't great, but now you know. And now you're learning that. And you're slowly teaching yourself that safety doesn't come from approval. It comes from self-trust. You don't have to prove that you're a good person. You don't have to explain your boundaries. And you definitely don't have to apologize for not being enough or too much, because you're just the right amount. You're just the right amount of you. So never apologize for that. And being kind might mean losing a few people in your life. A few people who only liked you because you did things out of the convenience of them. And that's fine. Fuck them. Sorry for my language. It also means finding peace and finding the real community of people who actually love you for you, not out of convenience for them, not because you're always saying yes, not because you're easygoing and you're forgiving and blah 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 blah. No, you're going to find people who actually love you for you. So here's a little self-check challenge for this week. Every time you feel that urge to overgive, or you're seeking validation, or you want to say no but you say yes instead, every time you feel that, think about those 5 questions. Think about those 5 questions I told you. Ask yourself those questions and write them down if you can. And actually, I'm filming the video right now. By the time this video is up, I will have a printable. It will be here. The printable will be here with the 5 questions on it that you can print out and actually use them to help you with your self-boundary questions. It's free, of course. It's free. So if you want to download it, it's going to be in the link below. But ask yourself those questions. Ask yourself these questions. Write them somewhere that you'll see every day. Or if you print out the printable, hang it up somewhere that you see it every day. Keep it on your nightstand. Just make sure that you see these questions every day. And whenever you feel yourself slipping back into nice girl mode, pause, reflect, breathe, and come back home to yourself. Because you're not here to be palatable. You're here to be present. You're here to be you. So, if this video spoke to you and you're a fellow nice girl, welcome to our AA group. Wait, no. What are those groups called? Hold on. Welcome to our NGA group, Nice Girls Anonymous. We are nice girls in rehab right now. We're slowly but surely turning into kind girls, or kind bitches, because it seems like when you're kind and you choose yourself, people think you're a bitch, and that's totally fine. Let them. Anyway, if this video spoke to you, comment a heart of any color down below to let me know that you watched the video all the way through, from 1, and just to show that you will no longer be a nice girl and that you are going to be a kind girl or a kind bitch. That's the title I'm going by now. Kind bitch. Because like you, I am also choosing boundaries over being burnt out. So, if you're new here, subscribe. Like I say, you're gonna love it here. Trust me. Because I post every Sunday. I'm here for you every Sunday. Most Sundays. For the last few Sundays I've been consistent. Because I've been setting boundaries with myself. So, yeah. Alright, I'm doing too much now. I'll see you next week. I hope you have a great day, week, month, year. Anyway, like I said, this is getting too long. I will see you next time. Mwah!